Man, Bogdan comes in hot this morning, goes, I just bought an engagement ring. So if his fiance, soon to be fiance, doesn't know, hopefully she's not watching this right now because she will know. But we have big earnings week, of course. We have some news to talk about. We got a lot of things going on this week, especially there's going to be a really fun thing going on in the Patreon this week for Patreon-only subscribers. So let's get at it. She's not watching. Aw, that's sad. For me, not you. All right, guys. Good morning. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Let's talk about some stuff. This is Lauren's in the corner of Discord. Nice. Welcome. Lily Livestock's here, my Texas compadre. So, this weekend, a lot of news came out. But of course, this is earnings week. So, let's just start off. Just take a look at what's going on in markets. Futures are down a little bit. Where we got here? Futures are down a little bit. Obviously, we all know that doesn't really mean much. Let's see what happens with everything this week. So, first thing I want to start out with is earnings. And I pulled up this article because I really want to show you guys an important thing to look for. Remember, when we're trading, we don't want to be in earnings. You can get yourself in some big trouble. Ian was just asking me about the Apple earnings that are coming out on the 28th. So how do you not trade earnings? Just get out of it before. So if Apple typically reports their earnings at 4:30 on whatever day they're reporting, so just be out of that stock by 4 o'clock and you'll be good. So where are we here? I want to pull up my earnings calendar. This is StockTwits. I like StockTwits the most. It's just very organized, tells you what's going on. So you can see today, and this is earnings season, guys. Banks kick off earnings season. They reported last week. Now we're ready to go this week. So we have IBM, Coca-Cola, United. Those are the big ones that I'm seeing right now. Of course, going on to Tuesday, it gets bigger. Netflix, Johnson & Johnson, Lockheed Martin, Procter & Gamble. I mean, there's a lot of big companies going on in here. So just make sure you guys are not in there. Let's see here. Chipotle is Wednesday. Spirit Airlines, which I had a conversation with somebody yesterday. Spirit is just like the school bus of the sky, but they're cheap and they get you around. Snapchat, Intel. Guys, I know a lot of you are in Intel or something like that. Make sure you're not in Intel if you're trading it. Now, if you are doing a long-term investment, don't worry about it. I would never tell you to get out of earnings if you're going long-term. This is strictly if you're trading it on a chart. Cleveland Cliffs. Oh, the one that got away. Hopefully my dad isn't watching this. Cleveland Cliffs. So I decided to buy Cleveland Cliffs at $8. Man, I don't know, 18 months ago. It goes down to $4, sits there for a long time, about a year. It gets up to $9, and I looked at my chart. I said, okay, this is the way to exit this position. Next thing you know, the thing's at like $18 a share. So that sucked. Dad probably wouldn't be very happy with that, especially because it's his birthday. Ruin his birthday. All right, so let's look at the Treasury yields like we always do. Still, 3-month, you're basically getting $0. The 10-year is coming down. So remember when the NASDAQ was doing its thing, everybody thought the world was going to end because the yields were going up. Seth. Everybody thought the yields were going up was going to be the end of it. So here we are. Everything's fine. So let's get into some news. What do I want to talk about first? Let's talk about the market in general. So Wall Street Journal came out with this article. More stocks are participating in a rally, encouraging a bull market. So I don't know. I was reading this article and they were talking about how there's all of these indicators that are this and that. And I was reading the article. I'm like, I don't really see any indicators. So there were two. Nothing crazy. I highlighted a couple of them. This is absurd, but last week, the percentage of stocks in the S&P that traded above their 200-day moving average was 95% of stocks. Guys, there's 505 stocks in the S&P 500, and we have 95%. That's the highest level since 2009. So some people look at it as, oh, that's great for long-term trends, this and that. I look at it as just another one of those indicators that is saying maybe we have problems. I mean, I just keep coupling this with so much. Then we look at the short term. There were 90% of stocks that are trading over their 50-day moving average. Oh God, I just don't know how this will just keep going without. I mean, it's Fed injecting money that works until it doesn't work. So during the past 15 instances that this has happened, the index always ends up higher. Higher 1 year, later 14. Okay. Annual gain. So oh God. The last 15 times this happened, average of 16.4% return in the market. This year, I think it's up 11% or something, which it's only been in the last few weeks. I mean, if you really think about what happened in the past couple, like 2 months ago with the NASDAQ falling down, we've really had this insane surge in the past 2 months, 6 weeks. The S&P 500 since March of last year, March 23rd of last year, is up 87%. The market has almost doubled. In the worst, I mean, jobs are gone. We have a pandemic. Nobody is able to travel. This and that. And we are still we have the highest stock market ever. And I have to assume it's the fastest bull market. I haven't really looked into it. Yeah, I don't know. That's enough of this. I highlighted some more things, but they're not really that important. This is crazy. That's all I gotta say. I'm literally at a loss for words right now. I don't even know what to say. I'm stuttering, but I don't know what to say. There's just so many indicators. I mean, we talked about that Buffett indicator last week. That is the highest it's ever been. It's at 200%. I guess Buffett likes it to be around 70 to 80%. You just have all of these indicators that just keep saying something should happen. Something should happen. Now, when I spoke to Gary. No. This was Mr. Moskal, who's good friends with Paul, a friend of mine. He thinks that we're just going to keep seeing these drastic pullbacks and then increases in the stock market. So who knows if there's ever going to be, well, of course there's ever going to be, but who knows if the next bear market is going to be a true extended period of bear market, but we'll see. So next thing I want to talk about is taxes. I always say that there needs to be some kind of big story. Guys, smash that like button for me. That would be wonderful. We got almost 180 watching and 55 likes. That's no bueno. Taxes. So we went from, of course, coronavirus. Then we went to the tech thing. Well, first we went to China trade. Then we went to the coronavirus. Then we went to tech falling apart and yields going up. And now we're coming into the next big story. So the next big story is going to be increased taxes. I guess the Biden administration, they're saying that they're going to increase taxes. They've already put forth an infrastructure bill. I think it's $2.3 trillion. They're going to, I guess, tax it. I go back to my same question of if we are going to print over $12 trillion in the next, we've printed $12 trillion over the past, let's call it 14 months. Why are we paying taxes if we could just print it? That's my big question that I keep coming back to. But we all know the reason. Well, if you think a little bit, you'll know the reason. So higher taxes would be a reason for the stock market to go lower, and of course that just all it does is affect earnings of not earnings, how much companies can pay out to their employees. So higher taxes means less jobs. It's as simple as that. There's really no way to spin it. If they have to pay more out to the government, it's going to come out of the workers' pocket or the workers' livelihood. They say that the market's already adjusting for higher taxes. Now, back in 2018, 17, 18, when we were talking about the China trade, this and that, I had a friend who I don't speak to anymore, but he was always saying that he thinks that whatever the news was already baked into the market. And then the event would happen and the market would just go higher. And that's kind of when I first realized that whether it's baked into the market or not, I don't think it's baked into the market, because that initial reaction is always going to be go, go, go on good news coming from the market or bad news coming from the market. So, yeah, I don't know. What are we saying? Based Mo, I don't know what that means. That's not true. What's not true? Increased taxes on those making $400,000. Raising corporate tax. So you do realize that if you raise corporate taxes from 21 to 28%, the company is not paying the taxes. They're going to take it out of the employee's pocket. Yeah, I just read your thing. Not the average worker. oh my God. I can't. I can't. All right. Dr. Fauci. So this goes back to the Johnson & Johnson thing that came out last week. So they did say that this week they're going to meet and they're going to make a decision on whether they can hand out the, if they could put the Johnson & Johnson back out. They got to do something. We know, I shouldn't say we know. They've pretty confidently deduced that it's women between the ages of 18 and 48 that do have some sort of pre-existing something. We remember that there was ones, they had low platelet counts. There was somebody who had a heart condition. So it's I like that they figured out kind of the range of who it is. So Fauci told me at the press that he doubts that they are going to just cancel it. There's no way that they're going to cancel no way that they're going to just cancel the vaccine that is that far along from a company like Johnson & Johnson, who is giving it out for no charge. So things will continue to get better in that area. Let's see here. Let's do Bitcoin, and then I don't know if I'm going to talk about the Tesla story. I haven't decided yet. I'll see how I feel in a few seconds. So over the weekend, Fauci, Dr. Fauci. Over the weekend, I woke up on I think it was Saturday, and I was like, oh my goodness, Bitcoin's down 11%. And I guess it was down at some point 13%. I just started digging into it. I don't know what happened. Over the weekend, alarm bells sounded in crypto markets following reports that the U.S. Treasury was planning to censor financial institutions for money laundering carried out by digital assets. That's kind of what Bitcoin was made to do. It was for things that were not regulated by the government, so you can do gray area things. The data website CoinMarketCap, never heard of it, cited a blackout in one of China's regions. So I just keep going back to, I think that's all I had here. I just keep going back to when that CEO of Coinbase came out last week, and he was just so honest. He said, guys, things are going to happen. There's going to be changes in this industry. I have a friend who is mining Dogecoin. Is he mad? That Dogecoin is up like 500 and some percent. I don't really understand mining yet. I guess I'm going to look into it, but it seems pretty cool. It seems like you're just taking money if you can do it. Turkey banned crypto. They did. They didn't yet. They're doing it on April 30th. India is already talking about it. That's over 1 billion population. They're talking about it. I saw this over the weekend. Now, my friend Matt, he was the one that told me about this. There's going to be a Visa that is doing something. I guess you do like direct deposit. I'm not really sure how it goes. But the point is, out of all of this, with the names like Visa, MasterCard, JP Morgan being put into it, is that these guys are going to get involved. That's my biggest takeaway from this story. I don't even need to know exactly what's happening. It's just going to get more involved over time. Do I want to do the Tesla story? Think. Who wants to talk about the Tesla story? I'm going to start talking about stocks. Maybe we'll pull it up. No, I'm not going to talk about the Tesla story. All right. Give me some stocks. Let's do Walmart first, because this is something that we are looking at as a bid and ask nation. Okay. So the reason that I first entered into this stock was because I really liked the trend that it was doing. It was coming up very nicely through the sweet spot, like so. We added right here a nice engulfing candlestick, and we've just been kind of consolidating sideways. So it's not surprising. We knew this was going to consolidate, and we knew it was going to consolidate because the 100-day moving average is right there, that teal line. So I will look at EBIX for you. Smash a like button while I continue to do this little review of Walmart. So this is one of our group trades, guys. If you want to do group trades, basically what a group trade is, I go in there and I tell you exactly what I'm doing. And if you want to follow it, follow it. If you don't want to follow it, don't follow it. The second that I hit the buy button or the sell button, you guys know when I tell you, and you just follow along with me. So we're consolidating because we're right between the 100-day moving average and the 200-day moving average, just going sideways. Eventually, I do think that this thing will break out like this, break up through the 100-day moving average, fill this gap, and hopefully break this resistance point and come up here to this 150 area. I do think all of this is a lot of potential to get going, and this is going to be a great stock. It is going to be a very good stock for us if it just participates. Poncho. So if you guys do donate any money for the super chats, if you want to see a stock or what have you, all of the money is going to go to charity. We donated from last week. Each week we're going to choose a new charity. So last week we donated to, I can't remember the name, but it's some kind of thing, some kind of charity in Africa. Paul selected it. He's donated to it before. I think we had $131 or $133 given to it. In addition to that, any day trades that I make here live on the show, I don't really do them very often. I have done them on, I did it on GameStop. I donated all of that money. So any kind of stuff that we do like that, we're going to do donations, and you guys can maybe pick the donation. So let's do EBIX. EBIX. Oh, yikes. So EBIX had a heck of a gap down, as we see, and it's just going sideways on the bottom. If you are so compelled to own this, I don't know why you would, because there's way better stocks out there. You're just kind of sitting at your 200-day moving average, which is this white line. But even when you get going up, you got to break through the 25-day, the 50-day, and the 100-day. I wouldn't trade this stock. There's better options out there. I saw JP Morgan. Somebody wanted that. Did you trade during the market 20 crash, or were all trends negative? So Nick, good question. Yeah, I traded during that time. The interesting thing about that was there were so many stocks that were a dramatic overreaction. Guys, we're at 99 likes. Somebody smash the like button and let's get that to 100. Please. So during that time, like Boeing, for example, I thought that Boeing was a wild overreaction. They dropped below $100 from, I think they were at, well, let's just look. I think they were at, let's see. I think they were close to like $400 or something a share. Let's go out here. Back here. I mean, yeah, they were at $400 at some point basically, and they had this crazy fall off. And I looked at it saying, Boeing isn't going out of business, so people don't order planes for a little while. We had an order come in. Granted, it was 13 planes, but somebody did order a plane a couple weeks ago. But I look at it like it was here, and I'm like, this is just crazy. So I bought it down here at $100, and I just let this trend start going, and we ran it up to about 200. I think it was $260 a share in a very short amount of time. So those are the kind of things that you can do with trading that are just those dramatic overreactions that don't make any sense. Boeing didn't drop enough. Sure, it didn't drop enough. I will agree with you. I will agree with you from a value perspective. But we know that people are always going to fly on planes because it's the easiest way to get around. There's two companies basically that make planes. Airbus, Boeing. What are you going to do? Where else are you going to order it from? I mean, when President Trump was talking about when he ordered the new Air Force One, Boeing came in too expensive, and he goes, yeah, I'm not paying that much for the plane. And then he left the meeting and he goes, oh, well, there's only one other company and they're not based in the United States, so I know I'm going to buy the Boeing plane. It's just a matter of getting to the right price. And they got to the right price, and obviously they're going to make the plane. But the point is, there's only two companies. One's foreign, one's not. So, all right, JP Morgan. Guys, I don't like shorting banks. Technically, this is a short, and if this thing were to, based on the pattern, if it were to break out and break through this previous low, you can go ahead and short it because we're in a downtrend. I don't like shorting banks just because they're the first ones to go with the market. They're the ones that drive the market. That's why I don't like shorting banks. So if you come in and you do a what were we talking about? Oh, all they do is come pump money into the market, buy futures, boom, there goes the market. Regeneron, Thank you, Steven. Regeneron looks very good. Coming up very nicely through the sweet spot. I love that it's over its 100-day moving average. Is this today or are these charts a little delayed? Let's see. This is Friday. You know what? Let me do a refresh. See if I can get today's candle going. Okay, I'm not getting pre-market data on this one. But with this one, you have all this room to run going up to $560 a share. All you need to do is just get an engulfing candlestick and make it move, and you'll be good. You will face resistance going into the 200-day moving average. When you do get up there, I would suggest taking profits, but this looks great. Just looks really good. What was the other one? Apple? I think we already... Oh, no. We didn't do Apple yet. So Apple coming up through the sweet spot nicely. It's just consolidating, going sideways. I think you need to, as soon as you get a breakout candlestick like that, taking out this high right here of 135, you'll be good with it. I don't think you're going to get higher than $145 unless something crazy comes out about earnings and you get something going like that. Oh, BJ's. Let's do BJ's. Again with BJ's, just consolidating, just going sideways. I don't really know what's going on with this thing. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's see what we got here. All right, so we're just really sitting. We're just sitting above this 25-day moving average, this purple line. We're just kind of going right here. Eventually, I do think this thing will break out and go up. The trend is still okay. I don't love that it's kind of rolling over on me, coming down like this direction, but I think it'll be fine. I'm not worried about it. And I do think that, unfortunately, we're going to face resistance here at like $47. But I do think you can get up into this $50 area at some point with BJ's. So that'll be a good one. Let's see here. Costco. There was a lot of people asking me about Costco over the weekend. Oh, that's why. Okay, Costco's back, baby. Costco is moving very nicely through the sweet spot. Now, if you're not in this yet, do not get into it for the first time because it kind of looks like you're kind of done. You've had a great run, a really great run, and now your red line on your stochastic is just starting to go sideways. So let's see if this does not go like that, and we get the yellow line coming through. Oops, that's blue. The yellow line coming through like that. That's what we are looking for. If you're in this, I would hang with it. You can maybe reduce your shares, take your profits off the table and see what happens. But right now we're opening up a little bit higher. Let's see where Costco is pre-market. I just want to go over here and type in Costco. Do you sell all your stocks when the bear market comes? No, I do not. What's Costco? It's up a little under 0.25%. I don't sell all my stocks when the bear market comes. I'll just go short on them. It's no big deal. Let's see. I saw somebody put something in here. GPS. I'll do GPS and then Peloton. GPS. That Peloton story, actually, I was a little annoyed with it this morning. And then I read the story a little bit deeper, and I saw there's 39 animals or humans that have been hurt in those things. It's funny. We had those things in our office. We have one in our office. And I always looked at the back of it. I'm like, man, that thing is so high off the ground. It just doesn't look like your normal treadmill. Like, you have like that much separation under there. I see how you can get sucked in there. Maybe it's not the best design in the world, but it's a great machine. I like it. All right, GPS. If you're in this, stay in it. If you're not in it, don't get in it. You've had a nice little run here. You had a little bit of a snapback. So, guys, I want to show you this. Oh, my God, what is going on? So I want to show you what is happening here. So this is a great teaching point. You had a nice run up, okay? Then you were just going sideways for a long time. The stock price was still going up on you. The red line here crossed under yellow, but we were still above this 80% area, okay? So we're still an uptrend. All of this right here, this is when a lot of traders exit the stock because they say, oh my God, I'm losing all my profits. I'm ganging. Oh God, I'm done. All of these, I'm losing my profits. I need to get out of the stock. But all this is because you're still in an uptrend. You are still over 80%. On my charts, I stay green. As soon as I drop below this red line, I turn red. So that's like right there. But snapbacks are where traders lose money because all the snapback is it's pulling down, building up some energy, as long as it doesn't drop below that 80%, and it goes like this. So it's just creating that W formation that I always talk about. So guys, you have to trust your trend. The trend is your friend. If you trust your trend, you'll win more times than not. Yeesh. Okay. I'll do PayPal because I want to do PayPal. Oh. All right. This one I'm going to pull up a line chart. Okay. So the reason I'm pulling up the line chart is I like the direction that we're moving like this. What I would have really liked to see instead of this kind of W formation, I would have liked to see, so you have 3 W's. You have a W like that, where the W is even. You have a W like this, where the right side of your W is lower than the left side of your W. And your ideal W formation is where your left side of the W is higher than the right side of the W. So this is what I want to see when I take a position. As we can see right now, we're getting that pullback and the right side is lower than the left. So this is not the strongest buying pattern. Now, of course, it's pre-market, which is okay. Our trend is coming up nicely. I really want to get this yellow line moving up. What I really would like to see is this thing kind of go like up that way and this thing kind of follow. Like get that yellow line trailing over, which would give me a better trend. But if I can get this thing, let's pull up the candle one more time. So this is more likely than not going to be a group trade in the Bid and Ask Nation. So if you're not in the Patreon, join it. You guys will be able to trade this with me. I'll be able to tell you what to do in real time and get going. So I want to see something like that. I want to take out these previous highs from last week, and then we can add to PayPal. But if you're not in it yet, I wouldn't enter it. If you are in it, you'll be all right. Let's see here. TMO. I like TMO because it sounds like Tim's nickname Timo, Thermo Fisher. Before I do this one, I need to do some housekeeping. Monday and Tuesday next week, I will not be here. I will be golfing in Kiowa. Paul and I have decided that when we are out of town, if we're in Mexico, if we're traveling, whatever, we're not going to do live streams just because it's too difficult with sound, lighting, internet connection, etc. So Monday and Tuesday of next week, I'm not going to be here. I'll remind you guys again. Patreons. Paul made an announcement in the Patreon website that this Wednesday, him and I are going to do an options seminar for patrons only. It's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to talk about options. What we're actually going to do today is we are going to go through and find options, and we're going to execute trades live for you guys so you guys can see what we do, how we think, etc. Smash the like button for me, please. Let's get that thing up there before I'm out of here. But that's going to be exactly what we're going to do. So we've had a lot of people asking about options, and granted, it's not the best time to write options, but we need to get in there and we need to generate some cash. So are these shows going to be recorded? I don't want to miss a show. Yeah, all of these are recorded and they're posted on YouTube right after the show is over. What is the difference between long, swing, short? Very good question, Steven. So a long-term trade is something that I trade over here on this chart. This is my week. And the reason that this is my long-term chart, each one of these is 1 day. Each candlestick is 1 day. This down here, however, is my weekly stochastic. So it's my trend line over a week's period. And these ones I'm into for, let's say, 2 weeks to multiple months. That's a long-term trade. So if you are a working person and you don't have time to sit on the charts all day and look at things, that's what you do over here. This is me. I don't trade anything except for long-term positions because I can go in, check them once a day, and I'm gone. This is a swing trade. So swing trades are 1 to 5 days, and you're basically going in, trying to grab a little bit of money and get out, and grab a little bit of money and get out, or grab a little money, go short, go up and down, and you're just trying to be in there for 1 to 5 days, and that is it's a little more involved, but it's not it's not nearly as involved in day trading. So this is the least involved. Check it once a day. This is more involved. You have to check it multiple times a day. And then you have day trading. Day trading is very involved. You're sitting at your computer. So each one of these candlesticks, let me go back because I messed that up. Each one of these candlesticks on here is still one day. You have your volume down here, and then I could pull up a stochastic. Let me pull it up just to give you the visual. I reset. There we go. So this down here is my stochastic. So like I said, this is a weekly stochastic. This is a daily. So it just moves faster, and it just gives you the average trend over that day. So now we go to the 15-minute chart. So each one of these candles is a 15-minute period. So you're basically taking a daily candlestick and opening it up, and you're seeing what's inside of that candlestick. And this is very involved. This is where you have to sit at your computer your entire duration of your trade and do it. But you can make money on all three. My favorite is long-term stuff, and you can do 15-minute trades are a lot more fun than swing trades personally. What time will you guys do that live? No, we're not doing it today. We're doing it on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. What are your thoughts on stop losses? If I'm doing a swing trade or a day trade, I always have a stop loss in place. If I'm doing a long-term trade, I typically don't put my stop loss in place until I need to. Like Amgen, I had one in. BJ's, I might put one in. But for the most part, I don't have one in there. Let's see here. All right, I'll do one more stock. Market's open right now. I'm going to do Pinterest for you guys. Oh, this is the wrong chart. Oh, no, I got to do Thermo Fisher first. Then I'll do Pinterest. Then I'm done. All right, going up through the sweet spot nicely. If you get an engulfing candlestick that takes out these previous highs, go ahead and add to it. Looks really good. Let's do Pinterest. I love Pinterest. I designed my whole house on Pinterest. Option is for all patron or just top 2 tier. Ian, the option seminar is for all patrons. If you are in the Patreon and you get our software and everything, you get to access it. Oh, this is the wrong stock. Okay, good. How will I know when you buy a stock? There is a chat. So we have 8 different chats in the Bid and Ask Nation. It sounds like a lot. You don't need to use them all. All my trades are posted in Mo's Trades. Everything that I'm watching, like for example, PayPal right now, it's in Mo's watch list. So everything is very organized. I'm a huge organization freak. And it's very helpful. So you'll always know what I'm doing and what's happening. And plus I have 2 great guys, Cash and Nick. They're in there. They're doing phenomenal. They're helping me with everything. Keep organized. Do you have a video on taxes for traders and investors? Here's my question about taxes. Who cares? You have to pay them anyways. What does it really make a difference? You can't not pay your taxes. So Pinterest, falling big time. If you're in this, take profits. If you're not in this, do not enter it. If you are not in it, I would honestly just throw it on your watch list and wait for this thing to become a short, because I do think this is going to fall. Might drop below the 100-day moving average, and if it does, it's going to the 200-day moving average. So that's that. All right, guys. Well, you said in bear markets you wouldn't sell your positions. Instead, you would short them. Oh, what's the point of that? To make money on the way down. I mean, for example, Pinterest right here. If I was in Pinterest long term, okay, I ran it up. All of a sudden, this starts falling. We start getting red candlesticks like so. This red line drops below yellow, and I could short this thing down to the 200-day moving average. Why would I not go ahead and make money on the way down? Like this, what is that, 56? Like this thing can go down to here. And then when it turns up again, this red line breaks over yellow, starts going back, and I can make money going back up. So that's it. Are the ones you post in most trades short or long? I only do long. So that's basically, it's good for the working person. And that's that. All right, guys. This is great. Remember, Monday and Tuesday next week, I'm not here. I'll see you the edge tomorrow, though. Option seminar Wednesday. That's it. We'll do the live show tomorrow. Surely you would want to sell and short then. Oh, I see what you're saying. So okay, so I thought you meant, Dan, I thought you meant like exit my position and just exit my position and that's that. I see what you're saying. I would I guess if you want to be technical about it, yeah, I would sell my position, but I'm still going to be in the stock. So semantics. All right, guys, have a great day.